The D.C. courts have convicted members of the Proud Boys under heavy words like seditious conspiracy and conspiracy to obstruct justice, not for their actions, but for the actions of everyone else there on January 6th. According to defense attorneys, the feds had scores of agent provocateurs at the Capitol on January 6th, and they needed to ask the judge permission to inquire about them in court.
Not just the FBI, but the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. had informants in the Proud Boys. One of Mr. Metcalf's colleagues, Mr. Roots, made a motion for disclosure of other agents within the federal government, broadly conceived, that were involved in the Proud Boys. And the judge basically, I think the court's conclusion was, well, there are just too many government agencies for us to know. You've got to be more specific.
If you've been paying attention, then you've known this for well over a year now, and you're well aware that Ray Epps helped orchestrate the riot and even admitted to it, but he's somehow untouchable.
Ray Epps is all over the place. I can't tell you how many times we would be dissecting a video in court and out of nowhere, Ray Epps happens to be right in the middle of it.
Ray Epps was even cleaned up and put on television to stroke the sleepy minds of the brainwashed masses and rub it in the faces of the awakened. The original purpose of Washington, D.C. was to act as a central government in times of emergency. But today, Washington, D.C. is the emergency, and the United States of America is on its last breath. The District of Columbia's creation is rooted in the Constitution, which called for creating a 10-square-mile district to act as the seat of government and to exercise authority by the consent of the states. It was designed to remain independent and given limited powers. But over the centuries, it has become the same bloated big government that the founding fathers fought against. The executive branch of government has become so powerful in the United States that every living person in the nation has been helplessly subjected to its tyranny. And now, speak out against it, and you will be silenced.
If I write to you saying, I don't like what's going on in downtown Austin, somebody ought to string up city council. And I could say that, I'm a hothead. And we go to a demonstration that night and somebody breaches a barricade and throws a rock at a city council member. I'm as guilty of conspiring to cause that event as the Proud Boys were for appearing that day. This weaponizes speech in a way that cannot be permitted to stand.